Hello and welcome back, audience. My name is MassiveBrad and welcome back to my FIFA 20 Dortmund career mode. Now, before we get into today's episode, I just want to say a huge big thank you for love and support on the channel. And as always, guys, at the start of today's episode, we're quickly going to look at the games that lie ahead. Now, today's three games are very tasty, but also very difficult because we needed to pick two that we were going to play and one that we were going to simulate. And with these three games all individually being so important, it was very difficult for me to finally pick the two games we play and the one that we simulate. But up first, we're taking on Chelsea FC. Frank Lampard's Chelsea. We're travelling over to London, England to take them on in the second leg of the quarterfinals. We drew at home 1-1 to them, so unfortunately they do have that away goal advantage. But I'm hoping by half-time, if we can put 2 or 3 past them, we should be in a great position to bag ourselves a place in the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League. The second game in today's episode is against Frankfurt at home in the Bundesliga. Frankfurt right now being a team that are breathing down our necks. And then the final game in today's episode is against Wolfsburg in the semi-finals of the DFB-Pokal. Now, I sat here for maybe 5 minutes before clicking that record button trying to work out which two games I think we need to play and which one we need to simulate. And I got to the final decision of I can't really afford to simulate any of these games, if I'm honest. I could do with playing every single one of these because we want to get through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. We want to bag the 3 points against Frankfurt because we need to start closing the gap on the top 4. And we need to play the semi-finals of the DFB-Pokal to get into the final and potentially have a chance of winning another piece of silverware this season. But after thinking about it and working out and being a realistic person and being a realistic manager and thinking what is reachable for us and what's not, I have decided that we will play the game against Chelsea FC because I do believe that we can get through to the final of the Champions League. We will play the game in the semi-finals against Wolfsburg in the DFB-Pokal because I can believe we can beat them and we will get a place in the final. Which then leaves, of course, us simulating Frankfurt, which means, yes, we could lose, we could draw, we could win, who knows. But are we going to catch Bayern Munich and potentially finish top of the Bundesliga? The answer to that is no. I'll show you guys in a minute as to why that is. But it's simply the gap's too big. We're not going to be able to close it. There's not as many points up for grabs anymore as there was 4 or 5 months ago when we were still trying to maybe finish top. There's not as many games left. I just don't think, and I haven't done the maths on it, but I don't think it's possible for us to do it. And even if we were to win every Bundesliga game, it may come down to the fact that we would need Bayern Munich to lose every single one of those Bundesliga games. And right now, that's just not going to happen. Bayern Munich have romped the league and they have done very, very well indeed. But we will now go and take a look at how the Bundesliga currently stands so I can work out how many points it is between us and the top position at Bayern Munich. So head over to the Bundesliga. Bayern Munich are top with 79 points. They have smashed it. 26 wins, 1 draw, and only 2 losses. They have absolutely romped the league. They are currently 13 points ahead of second position Wolfsburg. 13 points between them and second position. So between us on 62, there is 17 points. 17 points between us and becoming joint with Bayern Munich. I'm not even sure there's that many points up for grabs in the Bundesliga. Let's just take a look how many games. So we have 1 against Frankfurt, so 3. Against RB Leipzig, that's 6. Stuttgart is 9. Freiburg is 12. And then we play Bayern Munich, which is 15. So there is only 15 points up for grabs in the remainder of this season. So it is impossible for us to catch Bayern Munich. Only the likes of probably Bayer Leverkusen and Wolfsburg could probably close the gap between them and Bayern Munich and potentially finish top. But even that is going to be a big ask by any of the teams, by any standard, because 13 points between first and second is a huge gap for Bayern Munich to have. Now, normally, guys, at the start of the episode, we do my favourite part, which is going over the comments from the previous episode. Unfortunately, I'm recording this nice and early. The video hasn't been up long enough to get any comments. So we're just going to dive straight into it in today's episode. We're going to jump into this game away from home against Chelsea. We're travelling over to London, England. I am excited for this game. I'm very nervous about it because we have to remember that we are currently drawing 1-1. We are down 1 away goal, so we could do with really looking to score in that first half. I think if we could get in by the 45th minute whistle and we were 2-0 up against Chelsea, we hadn't conceded, and we've put 2 past Kepa, then I think we're in a great position to maybe push on and get through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. But only in 45 minutes, and then at the 90-minute whistle will we know whether we've managed to do that. But you can now see the lineup. We've got Robert Lewandowski up top in the striker position. Behind him, we've got Enes Bardi in the central attacking midfield. Dembele, Delaney, Witsel and Sancho through the midfield. Hakimi, Hummels, Zagadou and Dumfries at the back, with Roman Berkey between the sticks. Dembele, Hakimi, Bardi, Berkey, Hummels, not fully fit coming into this game, but we've got to play the big guns. We're against one of the Premier League's top 6, a team that have spent very, very well in the last couple of months, ready for the season ahead. It isn't going to be an easy ask, but I'm hoping that we can get in at half-time and be 2 or 3-0 up. Guys, just want to apologise for the green screen. You can probably see up here a lot of white. You can probably see just here behind the headset, there's a bit of green. Unfortunately, I'm using my ring light and I've got my LED lights on, but with me still not having the blind fitted in the office, the light coming in from behind the green screen is really affecting it. Unfortunately, you can see it a lot now. Here and over here. There's unfortunately nothing I can do about it. There's more light coming in from behind than there is in front. The lighting's not right, but you know what, guys? I'm up. It's early. I'm on the grind. I know that the green screen's not looking great. Once we're seeing the pitch, it should be a lot better. Should sort of blend in. And through, as we get this first half kicked off, it should get a little bit better. But it is Chelsea to get us kicked off in this first half period. Let's get it underway. And 2 goals by half-time is a must. Hummels straight through there now to Hakimi. This is a good run here. Let's go, Robert Lewandowski. We're going to go to Dembele instead. Go on, Lewandowski. Get in there, son. Dembele still coming forwards here. Dembele looks to do a little bit of skill. Still Dembele. Looks to Ben Wood. It's going to come to Witsel. Oh, it's a bit mad. It'd be nice if Enes Bardi could tuck this one away. We're certainly going to try. Here's Enes Bardi. Get over that wall. Enes Bardi. Can't get it down quick enough. Terrible free kick at the end. Come on, lads. Don't let them breathe. We have got them backed in a corner here. Here's Delaney. And we're going to go again here, lads. Come on. Sancho through to Enes Bardi. Back through now to Jadon Sancho. Sancho dinks one in, looking for Robert Lewandowski in the near post. And Kepa pulls an incredible save off the keepers at 0-0. We are knocking at the door of Chelsea right now. Ball in. Robert Lewandowski gets there. Oh, it's in. What a beautiful, beautiful worked header from Robert Lewandowski. We have got that well-deserved away goal that we've been fighting for. And as it currently stands, we would be going through to the semi-finals of the Champions League. It's a beautiful ball in. Robert Lewandowski at the near post flicks it over the keeper, over Willian towards that far post. And the height, the reach on it. And Kepa just couldn't get there. It's a beautiful header, well weighted into the side net of the far corner. And we have taken the lead thanks to a header from Robert Lewandowski. Delaney through there now to Hakimi. Hakimi's got the overlap now of Bardi. Bardi going to put it through to Hakimi. Little dink for Robert Lewandowski, who's going to get a second header and is going to give us the 2-0 lead by half-time. I said I wanted to be 2 or 3-0 up by half-time. And right on the cusp, right on the half-time whistle, a dink in from Hakimi to Robert Lewandowski with no one in goal. Kepa rushed out to get Hakimi. He's made a huge mistake there. And Robert Lewandowski nods and just directs that one down the middle of the goal and gives us that 2-0 lead. Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, it's starting to look good for us now. Bakayoko plays it back to De Vrij, and the referee is going to blow the half-time whistle. The boos around this Chelsea stadium echo. They are not going to be happy. Currently, Liverpool 1-0 up against PSG at half-time. We are such the dominant side right now, and I am very happy to get back into the second half with Robert Lewandowski kicking us off. And I am hopeful that we will go and find another 1 or 2 goals in the second half. And look at this for the ball straight away to Sancho. I've got Dembele towards the back post ball, and Dembele, it's 3-0. Within a minute and a half of kickoff, we go from Dumfries up the line to Sancho. And I just swing one into Dembele at that back post. I knew he was going to get a header, James. He does. And he heads that one home. It's a beautiful weighted ball in from Sancho. Dembele's ahead of James. He's got a bit of space between the foot of Kepa and the post. And Dembele finds that gap and just heads that ball between it. It's a beautiful goal. We've scored 3 headers. Today could be a heading episode. Witsel Robert Lewandowski, and as Bardi opens up that body, it's a great save from Kepa. We've got a corner. Can we score another with Robert Lewandowski? Can we get it on the head of him and poke it towards that back post like we did last time? Kepa's going to come out. Dumfries is there, puts it back up in the air. Oh! Oh my word, imagine if Dumfries would have scored that. I just pinged it up high and we were all waiting for it to come down. It could have been like a Divock Origi there against Everton. Here we go, come on Dembele. Still going, Dembele onto that right foot. Dembele! Oh, he's just missed the wide post. He's just missed the far post, he's put it wide. Watch the runs in behind this. Conte, great ball into Miller, great save. Let's get there. Dumfries is going to be offside anyway. Pulled Berkey out there and knew that was happening. And unfortunately, we were too far out of position with a few too many players. Go to Gomez. Gomez is going to turn his man. Gomez in a bit of space here. I'm going to look to whip one with Gomez. It's a comfortable save for Kepa, but Gomez does get a shot for his record there. And the referee is going to blow his full-time whistle. We have beaten Chelsea 3-0, which is exactly what we need to do. I want to be 2 or 3-0 by half-time. We were 2-0 by half-time. 3-0 by the end of the game, and we beat them 4-1 over the 2 legs. We scored 3 away goals. It was a much more closer and tougher game when we were the home team. But coming over to London to take on Frank Lampard's Chelsea, we had a point to prove. We had to go out there and fight for it, and that is exactly what we did. I feel like Chelsea came out looking for a 0-0 draw to then, of course, go on and beat us on the away goal rule. They weren't clinical enough, they didn't have enough chances, and we just dominated the whole game. And on stats, it shows just that. 13 shots, 8 on target for us, 0 shots on target, not even, let alone a shot from Chelsea in the 90 minutes. So that just proves to me that Frank Lampard put out a very defensive team. He wanted to try and see the game out so they could win 1-1 and get that away goal rule in their favour. We weren't coming out to play that same game. We come out to dominate and get that win, and that is exactly what we did. Very happy with how the lads played. Robert Lewandowski picks up man of the match with a 9.5 rating, and now we can march on to the next game in today's episode, which is Frankfurt in the Bundesliga. What an outstanding performance we just put in there against Chelsea. To be 1-1 and on the back foot with them having the away goal, and to come out and play the football like we did, it was absolutely outstanding. I'm so happy with how the lads played, and I'm hoping the way we've just played there is going to be the backbone, it's going to be the spine throughout today's episode, and we're going to be able to do that over and over and over again. Looking now as we're coming to the end of season 2, it's a shame we didn't get into this form. You know, we've been in this form for maybe the last 4 or 5 episodes. It's a shame it wasn't 10, 11 episodes ago. I think bringing Dembele in, I think bringing Robert Lewandowski was an incredible move for us to do so. I think that I'm now really understanding the type of player that Robert Lewandowski is. We've got to get him in the air. He's great with his head. Otherwise, it's that quick snapshot on the edge of the box where he just gets so much power behind the ball that the keepers either palm it out or we score. It's as simple as that. They never tend to grab it or catch it. It's too powerful. They've just got to deal with it. Dembele, I've just got to wait for him to make the run, cut him down. He's so quick. Even if he's level with the defender, all I've got to do is push that ball ahead and he is gone. And then we can make the decision whether we're going to come in along the line, cross it in like we did in the last game, or whether we're going to cut in and try and get it onto his right foot. We could even hit it on his left foot at the near post. But I'm starting to understand my players a lot more. I'm starting to feel like every player that I put out on the pitch wants to go out there, fight for 90 minutes, wants to win every game, wants to play for me as the manager. And this is exactly what we need to happen. Unfortunately, it's happening a little bit too late into season 2. I'm also not sure what we did, but as far as I remember, at the end of the last episode, we were 5th. We were behind Bayer Leverkusen by 2 points. Now, I don't know if the last game that we simulated in the last game, we won and Leverkusen lost, and that's why we've moved up. But, ladies and gentlemen, we're now into the top 4. We've managed to get into a Champions League spot. Now, we're only ahead of Leverkusen by 1 point. We're only ahead of Frankfurt by 2 points. And unfortunately, we're about to simulate the game against Frankfurt. If we lose it, Frankfurt will move up to 63 points, so they'll probably go 4th. But Leverkusen could also win their game, so they would go 4th. Frankfurt would be 5th, and we would potentially drop down to 6th if we don't win this game against Frankfurt. So a lot on the line here. And what's really good to see now is we're only 2 points behind RB Leipzig in 3rd, 4 points behind Wolfsburg in 2nd. The eyes on the prize now to get back to 2nd position and be the team that is shadowing Bayern Munich is capable. It is possible for us to do so, but we must win the simulated game against Frankfurt. And this is the lineup we are putting out and hoping can do that job for us. We've got Paco Alcacer up top in the striker position. Behind him, we've got Kai Havertz in the central attacking midfield. Guerrero, Delaney, Weigl and Hazard through the midfield. Schultz, Hummels, Akanji and Klosterman at the back with Roman Berkey between the sticks. We need to get this win. There's two teams breathing down our necks and we're breathing down the necks of two teams above us. So a win here is a must. Unfortunately, a draw or a loss could knock us back down the pecking order. We'll have to regroup and start building from the next episode. But let's advance. Let's get these players warmed up. And let's hope we can get the win over Frankfurt. We do. We beat them 2-1. We beat them 2-1. Delaney picks up a yellow card in the 38th. Paco Alcacer scores in the 42nd minute to take us 1-0. Nothing else happens in that first half. So at half-time, we're going in 1-0 up. Willems then comes on for Kaya in the 48th minute for Frankfurt. Bas Dost then scores a penalty in the 57th minute, which isn't great news. Two substitutes. We've got Dame coming on for Hitterega, if that's how you pronounce his name. We've got Sionsu coming on for Hummels in the same minute, pretty much. Henderson picks up a yellow card in the 62nd minute for Frankfurt. Silva on for Rebic in the 78th. And then Klosterman, of all players, in the 82nd minute. At the 81st minute, with 9 minutes to go, we're still 1-1. We're only getting a point. But our right back, Lucas Klosterman, puts one in the back of the net in the 82nd. And then we do go on happily to beat Frankfurt 2-1 and bag those three important points. Looking down at the bottom right, I can see that Bayer Leverkusen beat Hertha BSC 2-0 with Belotti scoring in the 58th minute. By that point, they were already 1-0 up, so it was important that we got that win there. Otherwise, Leverkusen would have moved back above us. Now we've just got to see how RB Leipzig got on and how Wolfsburg got on, and maybe we've moved up to third and even closed the gap between second position. And up next, we're taking on Wolfsburg in the semi-finals of the DFB-Pokal. It's a shame we're not playing them in the Bundesliga because we were 4 points behind them going into that game against Frankfurt. We beat Frankfurt, and if there was still 4 points between us, we could potentially drop that to 1 point. We would be 1 point behind second position, which would be outstanding. The way that we have turned this team around, the way that this team is playing right now, the form that we are in is outstanding. It's just a shame we didn't do it sooner into season 2. I did lose the team. We did have to make some rotations. We did have to sell some players. Unfortunately, we had to sell a player to Manchester City, which is, I suppose, one of those things. We had to sell Julian Brandt to then bring in Dembele. We brought in Robert Lewandowski. But you know what? I think it was the move for the best. He wasn't playing for us. We offloaded them. We've brought in new players, and they are doing wonders for us. And I am very excited to potentially, in 90 minutes' time, be in the final and be 90 minutes away in that final from lifting another piece of silverware. This season, we managed to win the pre-season tournament, and that is it. I don't think, in fact, it's impossible for us to win the Bundesliga, but we still have a great chance at the DFB-Pokal if we get through and beat Wolfsburg, and we still have a great chance at getting through to the final of the Champions League. Now, I believe, if I remember off the top of my head, Barcelona were playing Lazio and they were 3-1 up, so I think Barcelona's going to go through. Manchester City were playing someone and it was 2-2. Liverpool beat PSG, so they're through, and obviously we're through. So it's only us and Liverpool that I know so far that are through to the semi-finals. I'm pretty sure Barcelona are going to get through. And I think it was something like, was it Juventus and City? It was 2-2, whoever City were playing. It's going to be a tough game for when they play, and they were the home team, so the away team have got to score 2 goals, because obviously City scored 2 when they were away. First time round in the first leg, but we're going to go ahead and get into this game against Wolfsburg. It would be amazing if we could get through to the final of the DFB-Pokal, because we know we're now not going to win the Bundesliga. We just need to win as much as we can. And with the Champions League and the DFB-Pokal on the line, we need to put all our effort and thought into those two competitions. But you can now see the team. We got Robert Lewandowski up top in the striker position. Behind him, we got the captain Marco Reus in the central attacking midfield. Dembele, Dahoud, Witsel and Sancho through the midfield. Hakimi, Bellardi, Zagadou and Dumfries at the back, with Roman Berkey between the sticks. Berkey is the only not fully fit player. He probably needs a little bit of a rest, but unfortunately, coming to the end of the season now, we can't afford to drop Berkey as an 87 keeper for our young keeper, Justice Newman, who's only an 80 or 81 rated. There's too much of a gap there. There's too much of a risk. We need to be bagging every point, getting every win under the belt. So unfortunately, Berkey, you're just going to have to see out the rest of the season. But let's get into this game against Wolfsburg and hopefully bag ourselves a place in the final of the DFB-Pokal. Come on, Dortmund. We play the way we did against Chelsea. We play the way we played Frankfurt. And we should be through here to the final of the DFB-Pokal. I am excited. For you guys that may not know, the DFB-Pokal in English football is like the FA Cup or the Carabao Cup. I think it's more of the FA Cup. But it is the home German Cup. And we could potentially, we didn't win it in Season 1. We could. Oh, Gino Wijnaldum playing for Wolfsburg. In fact, I think they made a couple of signings that were Premier League players. I think they also have maybe Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. I think they did go and raid Liverpool in the Premier League. But it is going to be Weghorst for Wolfsburg to kick us off in his first half period. Come on, lads. Let's see this game out. Come on. Get Dembele out wide. We can maybe get him running here if we can head it out to him. Ball in, Robert Lewandowski knows it's going to be to Volland. Berkey's there, who's now going to throw it out to Dembele, who's now going to turn. And Dembele has just got to go here. Go on, Dembele, go son. Go, 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 go. Let's go, Sancho. Feed it on the inside, beautiful. Here's Sancho over the far side now for Hakimi, who's arriving. Here's Hakimi. I need options here, lads. We're going to go in now to Sancho, who rolls it onto his right foot. It did off the bar. And Jadon Sancho and Dembele have literally just made that goal between them. We have taken the lead, Wolfsburg. We're not expecting that for a counter-attack. From a corner, and our keeper, Roman Berkey, grabbing it. Throwing it out to Dembele. Dembele plays it through to Sancho, cuts it back, swings it over the far side for Hakimi, right over on the left wing. And then he just slides it into the middle of the field for Jadon Sancho, who's arriving, who takes it on his right foot and slots that one home. We have taken the lead and surely dropped the heads of Wolfsburg. Weghorst, nicely done. Oh, Dumfries, you've backed off there, son. No, 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 no. Put a foot in now. It's going to come into Weghorst. It's 1-1. But they say after you just score a goal, you're most vulnerable. And we were there. We made too many mistakes there. The cutback had Dumfries here. Dumfries was done there out of position. Ball across the face of goal. Zagadou wasn't tight to Weghorst. And Weghorst slots one home. It's 1-1. And we're back to level terms. Dumfries. Witsel flicks it up. Witsel trying to get round. Gets a shot off. And unfortunately, it's a weak shot on Casteels. And a comfortable save there. Royce. Feeds it in now for Robert Lewandowski on his left foot. This time, oh, I've just dropped my controller. Robert Lewandowski with an absolute screamer. Smashes one just like Jadon Sancho off the crossbar. There's so much power. Look at that. That is absolutely stunning. Off the crossbar into the side net. And apologies there, guys. I was ready to celebrate, but I dropped my controller. I was that excited. We've now taken the lead for a second time in this first half. Up now to Witsel. Let's move, lads. They've got so many men forwards. Let's move. Royce over the top now for Robert Lewandowski. Needs to take a touch and volley it, Robert. Oh, it's just about a goal. Back to Robert Lewandowski. Go through there now to Marco Reus. We've now got Sancho wanting to come in. Sancho should. He hasn't. Marco Reus trying to finish it up. We cannot get the ball back. Into Marco Reus. We're going to go to Robert Lewandowski. Through now to Marco Reus. Marco Reus thinks one over for Sancho, who's going to hit it on the volley. It's a terrible shot in the end. And with us only being 2-1 up, probably a bit silly from me. Should have brought the ball down. But I thought I'm just going to whack this one. We were already into extra time in the first half. I thought, why not? Stat-wise, 2 shots, 2 on target for Wolfsburg. Very consistent. We've had 11 shots, 6 on target. We are just having a little bit of shooting practice here against VfL Wolfsburg. We are in the lead. We are in a position to go through to the final of the DFB-Pokal. And as Robert Lewandowski gets us kicked off in the second half period, I'm hoping we can continue to push on and score a couple more goals. Play through the middle. Let's go now to Lewandowski. Lewandowski, not the quickest to player, but he is strong. He is going to try and get away from his man. He has done. All we've got to do is slide it back for the who to slot home. It's 3-1. Come on, one more, lads, and it's done. One more, and the final nail is in that coffin. Come on. Shaqiri pings one of his far side. A beautiful ball from Shaqiri as he switches it over now. Let's go, Dumfries. Let's slide in. We've caught the player. Do you know Wijnaldum's going to be there? We're going to have to slide in. Come on, someone get there. Oh, they do score. It's 3-2, and it's still game on. I slid in too early. This slide tackle here, I shouldn't have done it. I should have cut back and slid in. Tried to then slide in to stop him getting the shot off, but unfortunately, Jerome Rullison, Manages to slot one past the keeper, and it's 3-2. It's still game on here, you know. Lewandowski, Sergio Gomez, little thinking. Come on, Gomez, come on! Robert Lewandowski, hit it! Oh, we're not going to be able to get that shot off. Through now to Robert Lewandowski. Robert Lewandowski feeds one through there to Gomez. Gomez through to Dembele! Oh, he's hit it wide. Oh, come on, Dembele, keep that ball, keep it. Nicely done. Feed it in now to Gomez. Gomez going to feed it to Ennis Body. It's a great strike. Come on, Sancho, keep with it. Got to be careful here now as they do look to get us on the counter-attack. Really got to be careful here now. It's going to be 2-on-1. I've got to go to Cordoba. I've got to go to him. It's a great save. We've got to get that ball out. Get rid of it. Well done, Berkey. Get someone on the line. Zagadu's there to clear it up. Lads, they are seriously putting pressure on us now. Here's Jorginho. They've left it. Zagadou clears it off the line again. That's the second clearance from Zagadou off the line. Oh, the ball's gone out, but surely, ref. Surely as they take this throw-in. It can't keep going. Here's Poulsen. Come on. Yes! Well, a lot of pressure in the last 5-6 minutes there from Wolfsburg. But we are going to the final, ladies and gentlemen. We've done it. 2 on the line clearances from Zagadou. 1 from a free kick. 1 from a shot. We literally put our bodies, our hearts, sweat and tears on the line in those last 5 minutes of that game. That was absolutely incredible. Wolfsburg, 8 shots, 6 on target. We had 15 shots, 9 on target. Should probably be a little bit more consistent. Maybe 11 or 12 shots on target if we're having 15 shots. But regardless, the big man once again, Robert Lewandowski, picking up man of the match with a 9.5 rating. We get the win over Wolfsburg. We beat them 3-2. And we have now bagged ourselves a place in the final of the DFB-Pokal. Right, guys, and here we are back at the Central for the final time in today's episode. And these episodes are just getting more and more difficult, but certainly more and more interesting. And you'll see a lot more passion as we get towards the end of Season 2 at Dortmund. As you can currently see, RB Leipzig and Wolfsburg both won their 30th game, meaning we're still 2 points behind Leipzig and we're still 4 points behind Wolfsburg. We've just proven that we can beat Wolfsburg. But in the next episode, the very first game is against RB Red Bull Leipzig. We can potentially overtake them and move into 3rd position in the next episode. We are going to claw our way back to that 2nd position. But in the next episode, we'll just focus on moving up to 3rd. And then as we come towards the end, we will focus on climbing into 2nd if possible. But we don't know what the other 2 games are going to be. So as we head over to the calendar... Oh, no. Oh, God. So to finish off April, we have RB Leipzig at home in the Bundesliga. We then have Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool in the semi-finals of the Champions League. You have to be kidding me. I have got to play the team that I support and knock them out of the Champions League. But you know what? I'm manager of Dortmund, and if that's what needs to be done, then that's what needs to be done. We then move into the month of May, where we take on Stuttgart away from home, which I'm quite happy with, to be honest, because it sort of sums up what I need to do, okay? We need to simulate the game against Stuttgart and hope we get a win. We must play RB Leipzig, we must play Liverpool, and then we can simulate that final game. Then the episode after that, we have the 2nd leg against Liverpool, Freiburg away from home, and then Bayern Munich for the final game at home in the Bundesliga. Of course, we're going to be playing the 2nd leg against Liverpool, simulate the game against Freiburg, and we must play that game against Bayern Munich. Try and give them one more loss, just to put that last little stab at the end of the season into Bayern Munich that unfortunately they couldn't win the final game of the season. We'll just give them a little stab and say, ha. And then we play, well, we've got Hoffenheim. We've got Bobby Firmino's old team before he joined Liverpool. TSG Hoffenheim in the final of the DFB-Pokal. And what we will do is we'll go and check who the other semi-finalists are in the Champions League. We know we've got Liverpool in the semi-finals, but who could we potentially have in the finals? It's Juventus and it's Barcelona. So Juventus, which I thought, let's go back. Wow. So the original game finished 2-2 when Juventus were at home and Manchester City scored 2 away goals. When Juventus were then the away team, they had to score 2. And they did. But because they scored 2 at home, the game ended 4-3. Manchester City are knocked out by Juventus. Barcelona go on to beat Lazio 5-2 over the 2 legs. Barcelona scoring 2 goals away from home. Lazio only scored 1 goal away from home, so Barcelona through. We were through after beating Chelsea, and Liverpool beat PSG 3-1 over the 2 legs. So your semi-finalists are us against Liverpool, Barcelona against Juventus. Well, Barcelona, will certainly see you in the final of the Champions League if we manage to beat Liverpool. If not, it'll be a Liverpool and Barcelona, I would have thought, final. But I'm confident we're going to beat Liverpool. It's just going to be tough to take on Mo Salah, Bobby Firmino and Mane. We know how strong they are on this game. We know how strong they are in real life. It will be a test of our defensive duties, whether we can keep them out. But we end today's episode in a Champions League spot, just on the cusp, 1 point ahead of Bayer Leverkusen with 1 point. We're in we got 65 points, 2 points behind Leipzig, 4 points behind Wolfsburg. Hopefully in the next episode we will close that gap with Wolfsburg and we will overtake RB Leipzig. But that is going to do it for today's episode, guys. If you have enjoyed it, please do give it a big thumbs up for me. Don't forget to drop your comments down below. If you're new around here, click that subscribe button. Don't forget to share this video with friends and family. And I've been Massive Brad. Peace out.